Daniel chapter 11. I also, in the first year of Darius the Mede, even I, stood to confirm and strengthen him. Now, I will reveal the truth to you. There will be 3 more kings in Persia, and the 4th will be wealthier than all of them. Through his riches, he will stir up conflict against the realm of Greece. Then, a mighty king will rise, who will rule with great dominion and do as he pleases. However, when he reaches the height of his power, his kingdom will be broken and divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, but not to his descendants, nor will it have the same authority that he once had, for his kingdom will be uprooted and given to others. The king of the south will become strong, as will one of his princes, who will gain even greater power and dominion. After some years, they will form an alliance through the marriage of the king of the south's daughter to the king of the north, but she will not retain her power, and neither he nor his arm will last. In those times she will be handed over, along with those who brought her, her father, and those who supported her. A descendant from her roots will arise to take her place. He will come with an army, enter the fortress of the king of the north, and engage in conflict, prevailing against them. He will also carry their gods, princes, and precious silver and gold vessels as captives to Egypt. For some years, he will continue to hold power over the king of the north. The king of the south will then invade the king's territory, but his sons will assemble a great army and advance like a flood, but they will retreat to their stronghold. The king of the south will be infuriated and go into battle with the king of the north, who will muster a large army but be delivered into the hand of his enemy. After the defeat of the multitude, his heart will be lifted up, and he will cast down tens of thousands, but he will not prevail. For the king of the north will return with a larger army than before, coming after several years with a great army and abundant resources. In those times, many will rise up against the king of the south, and violent people among your own people will rebel to establish their own vision, but they will fail. The king of the north will then lay siege to well-fortified cities, and the forces of the south, along with his chosen people, will be unable to withstand him, and they will have no strength to resist. He will do as he pleases and set up camp in the glorious land, causing destruction by his own hand. He will set his mind to come with his entire kingdom, and will make an agreement with the king of the south, offering his daughter in marriage, but it will not succeed, and she will not be on his side. Afterward, he will turn his attention to the coastal regions and capture many, but a commander will put an end to his approach and will make him suffer disgrace. He will turn back and vent his fury against the Holy Covenant. He will take action and return to his own land. At the appointed time, he will return to the south, but it will not be as it was before. Ships from Cyprus will come against him, causing him to be disheartened. He will return with rage against the Holy Covenant, taking action, and he will favor those who abandon the Holy Covenant. He will set up forces to desecrate the sanctuary, abolishing the daily sacrifice and setting up the abomination that causes desolation. He will corrupt those who act wickedly against the covenant with flattery, but the people who know their God will stand firm and take action. Those who are wise among the people will give understanding to many, but for a time, they will fall by sword, flame, captivity, and plunder. When they fall, they will receive a little help, but many will join them insincerely. Some of the wise will stumble so that they may be refined, purified, and made spotless until the time of the end, for it awaits an appointed time. The king will do as he pleases. He will exalt and magnify himself above every god and will say unheard-of things against the God of gods. He will prosper until the time of wrath is completed, for what has been decreed must be accomplished. He will not show regard for the gods of his ancestors or the one desired by women, nor will he show regard for any god, for he will magnify himself above all. Instead, he will honor a god of fortresses, a god his ancestors did not know, with gold, silver, precious stones, and riches. He will reward those who support him with fortresses. He will attack the strongest fortresses with the help of a foreign god and will greatly honor those who acknowledge him, making them rulers over many and distributing land as a reward. At the time of the end, the king of the south will engage him in battle, but the king of the north will storm against him with chariots, horsemen, and many ships. He will invade countries and sweep through them like a flood. He will also invade the beautiful land, and many will fall. But these will escape from his power: Edom, Moab, and the prominent people of the Ammonites. He will extend his power against the countries, and not even the land of Egypt will escape. He will gain control over the hidden treasures of gold and silver and over all the riches of Egypt. The Libyans and Cushites will also be under his authority. But reports from the east and the north will alarm him, and he will set out in great anger to destroy and annihilate many. He will pitch his royal tents between the sea and the beautiful holy mountain. Yet he will come to his end, with no one to help him.